we have a 2014 Ford Focus, and the customer's complaint is, what is it? ABS light came on, and the hill assist warning also came on. I started the vehicle up. There is no warning on now. No warnings on. I haven't driven it yet, but I'm going to start with a full vehicle scan. Like I say, I always like to start with a full vehicle scan, every module, just so you know what codes are in the vehicle, when the vehicle came in, and any other modules that may have codes could be related to the codes that you have for the customer complaint. So we'll start there, and we'll see where we go from here. Alright, so let's do a code scan. Okay, in the engine control module, we have an active grill air shutter code. That's grill shutters that are in front of the radiator to control engine temperature. That doesn't have to do with the customer's complaint now, but it's nice to know that it's in there, and if I clear it after, I may bring that to the customer's attention and have a look at that if they want. Engine anti-lock brakes, we do have a battery voltage code and a left rear tone wheel mechanical failure, and not a current trouble code. That's because it's not, the engine light is not on, or the anti-lock brake light is not on at this time. It may, as soon as I start driving, if there's a problem with a wheel speed sensor or something like that, it could come on right away, but we will see. And power steering control module, we have invalid data received from anti-lock brake, likely because it saw wheel speed, the wheel speed code or wheel speed data incorrect. Okay, so my next step here, let's go to anti-lock brake module, and I'm going to go to data, and I just want to see when I drive the vehicle what the anti-lock brake control module is seeing for those speeds. So I like to put all wheel speeds on the screen at the same time. Left front, what do we got? Left rear, so you can get a comparison as well. You can look at just the one wheel speed that has the problem, but all right, so now we have left front, left rear, right front, and right rear wheel speed. I'm gonna just take it for a drive now. We'll watch these graphs and see what happens. I have to set my phone up so I'm not holding on to it here. It's gonna be kind of hard to drive. Alright, I think you can see the screen there. I'm just going to pull off very slowly and just watch those wheel speed sensors, see if anyone comes on. They all seem to be the same there. Oh, okay, so left rear seems to be a little different. Just go a little faster here. Again, no warning lights on. Oh, okay, I do see that the left rear kind of dropped out there. Yeah. So this may be a problem with the tone wheel. It also may be an electrical fault, a connection issue at the sensor itself. We'll have to pull it into the shop, and I always want to have a visual inspection first. Don't touch anything. Let me just have a look to see if I can see the tone wheel. Have a look at the connector, see if there's any issues, you know, at the back of the connector with the wiring to it. Any chafing, maybe something you know, rubbing on one of the suspension components or anything like that. Normally, if you do have something like that, there will be a circuit code as well. You might have a wheel speed sensor open or short code or something along those lines, but not always. So we'll just have a visual inspection of it, and we'll see where we go from there. So this one, you can't see the reluctor wheel. It is part of the hub and bearing assembly, and it's covered with a black plastic cover at the back of the bearing, and it's part of the hub and bearing assembly. I'm going to disconnect that connector there and see if we can see any problems in there. So this connector is nice and clean. I don't see any green rot. I don't see any problems with the cable itself. I've also followed that cable back. There's a connector up in behind I can't get to, and but that is okay as well. I'm going to test the circuit first, and then likely needs a hub assembly. So with these, you can actually spin the hub by hand and watch your reading. I can see it's kind of dropping out a bit there. It's hard to tell because you're spinning it by hand, but usually I can get like a nice smooth graph. This definitely needs a hub assembly. Let's get this part out. I took the old sensor out so I could look in and see if there was a problem with the magnet, with the reluctor wheel inside, and I don't see anything torn or anything wrong with it. But I think what's happening is this plastic cover, this plastic plate where the sensor mounts in here, the hub here rusts, and it pushes, I believe it pushes the plastic cover back, so it is further away from the magnetic reluctor and sometimes loses signal. I tried to pop the back cover off, and as you can see, as I pull it off, the buildup of rust between the cover is just way too much buildup. So I'm sure that is what the issue is. Let me see if I can pry it off here. I'll have to hammer that off, but anyway, the buildup it's just pushing the plastic away from the reluctor. The distance gets too far, and then the signal drops out. Yeah, so you can see the buildup of rust that's built up on that. Is like some of it's like a 1/16 of an inch. And again, you want to match up the old parts with the new parts. Make sure everything looks the same. Distances, everything. Sometimes you can get a wrong part. There was 2 options for this, one with auto parking, one without. This does not have auto parking, but you just want to make sure everything looks right before your installation. And let's get it into the car. So once I installed the hub and bearing assembly, I still have this scanner hooked up. No codes in the vehicle. I put it down on the ground. I've got on the scanner the four-wheel speeds graphs up now. I'm just going to take it for a drive, be sure that they all stay the way they should, and I'm sure that is the issue, but you always want to double check, make sure that the problem is solved any way that you can before giving it back to the customer. So here we've got all four on the screen. Focus here a little bit. I'm just in a parking lot here now with no other vehicles, so I'm just going to pull it ahead, drive it around a little bit in the parking lot, and you can see all of the wheel speed seems to be good. If I slow right down to a stop, everything seems to be even. Sometimes you want to try to make some turns, you know, to stress the bearing side to side, that reluctant wheel move, anything like that. But everything seems to be good. Well, just a quick look under the vehicle. I found the active grill shutter problem. It looks like somebody's hit something. They've damaged the condenser, and the active grill shutter is just busted into pieces. So I'll find out if they, one, know about this, and two, whether they want it repaired.